What's good, YouTube? In this video, we're going to be talking about how to rank up to Apex Predator or Apex Masters. Now, if you guys seen my video, I think it was like 2 videos ago, I did a placement video where I talked about what placement I got. If you guys watched it, you guys know that I ended up in bronze 4 for placements. A lot of people did, so I ended up hitting Pred a couple days ago. This is legit going from bronze 4 all the way to Apex Predator. So the first half of this video is going to be talking about the progression and what it's like, if you're platinum, you're gold, silver, diamond, whatever, right? Bronze. This video is going to help you with what to expect when you're ranking up, what to know and stuff like that. And then the second half of this video, I'm going to be giving out tips or the best tips that helped me reach the highest rank in Apex for arenas. Or first, let's start off with going from bronze to pred, and it took me 180 arena games rank, and out of those 180 I ended up winning 112. For the most part I was holding a 70 to 75 win percentage, which is real good. I did end up only reaching a 60% win percentage when it comes to ranked arenas. When it came down to like diamond 2, diamond 1, I started losing quite a bit. For the most part, I did hold a 70 to 75 win percentage, and to be honest, in this rank grind for this season, majority of the wins were anywhere from you're gaining from 80 to 100 points. This was all the way from bronze to diamond. Once I hit diamond, it started getting slower, specifically in diamond 3, diamond 2, and diamond 1. And like diamond 3, I was getting like 40 points, and then diamond 2, diamond 1, or at least diamond 2, it was like 30 to 40, and then diamond 1 was like majority anywhere between 20 to 30. And then losses were anywhere between 12 to 20, but I was also getting a lot of 30s for losses. Like I was losing 30 points. Majority of that came from when I was winning 100 points or winning 80 points, so they give you a bigger loss in 30, or by giving you 30. With the point system, this was something like how I said on one of my recent videos with the 3 secrets. I was talking about how you want to make every game count after placements. You want to win as much as possible, get to your goal as quick as possible, because after your placements, you're going to gain more points with the fewer games that you have played. For instance, if I was, let's say, 200 plus games played in ranked arenas and I was platinum, I'm not receiving 100 points, 80 points, maybe not even 60 or 50 for a win. I'm probably going to be receiving under 40, but because I've only played a little bit amount of games, the game is going to give you more points, if that makes sense. So after your placements, get done with, you want to win your games and just try to play as few games as possible in order to rank up and reach your goal. If you want to hit masters, pred, try to do it in under 200 games if possible. I mean, you can still do it over 200 games, but just know that once you hit the diamond 2, diamond 1, you're going to start receiving less points. So that's something to keep an eye out on. And the main legends that I played when it came to ranked arenas were Crypto. I probably played about 60% of the ranked arenas games with. Gibraltar was my second legend that I used. Gibraltar I used about 30% of the time, and then the other 10% was a mixture of like Pathfinder, Bangalore. Those were like the other 2 legends, but I actually barely played Pathfinder, which is surprising because I always use Pathfinder, and I always, if you watch my videos, you guys know that I think that Pathfinder is the best legend when it comes to ranked arenas, but I actually played him very little. Just this season was mainly Crypto. I mean, Crypto, he's so good, he's a beast. I'm gonna have a Crypto guide. I know I've been saying this for a while, but I'm gonna have a Crypto guide. He helped me out a lot when it came to ranking up. This season probably was so far my best season, and I think a lot of that has to do with Crypto and Gibraltar. Gibraltar is another video I'm gonna do on, because Gibraltar is so good for this meta, and so is Crypto. So those 2 legends were my main legends when it came to ranking up in arenas. And for the guns, majority of the time, like you guys know, the first 2-3 rounds, it's always good to have hammer points on you. Sometimes I see people use double hammer points in like the 2nd, 3rd round. Hammer points are good to have as well. And the other gun that I would use in early rounds if I wasn't using hammer points was the alternator. The alternator actually is pretty good in my opinion. You could get it at 450 materials, and you could get a battery, so that's good. Or not 450, 400 materials, and you could get a battery in the first round. In later rounds, I would always have a hammer point gun as my secondary, and majority of the time I'm rocking the R301. So majority of the time it's going to be R301 and a P20 with hammer points. Or if I'm playing Gibby, it's going to be something like maybe like a double shotgun, so like a Mastiff and a Mozambique with hammer points. That was a deadly combo as well. So those were the guns that I were using in the later rounds. Now if I had to rank the maps on how good I performed on them when it came to ranked arenas this season, Phase Runner was my best. Encore was actually my second best when it came to ranked arenas. Overflow was my third best. Usually Overflow is my best map or my favorite because of using Pathfinder and getting to supply bin, but I did not use Pathfinder this season, so for that I think I didn't, you know, it was cool, but Overflow was cool, but it's not, if you're not using Path, you know, you don't have a too much a big advantage. And then the map that I didn't really like the most was actually Habitat. Habitat's a good map, but I wish that they had Party Crasher instead of Habitat, but I understand that Habitat's a new map, so they had to keep it in. Now, the biggest tips that I could give you guys when it comes to ranking up in arenas for this split are try your best to play with the same people. Of course, it's always good to squad up, but if you're squatting up with different people all the time, you know, it's good because you are squatted up, but if you squad up with the same people, you guys know your routine, you guys know your chemistry, you guys know what, you know, your teammate's gonna do. And because of that, you guys get to play, you know, feel like you guys play better when you guys play with the same people. I know I do, so that's something that I always try to do. And when it comes to legends, you know, try to use legends that complement your teammates, especially if you're squatted up. This will help you and your team out a lot. That's why I use legends like Crypto and Gibraltar. Gibraltar more for the bubble pushes and stuff like that. If you're communicating, I mean, that's so hard to go against when you see a Gibraltar bubble push you. And then another legend, like I said, is Crypto. I mean, Crypto with the scans with the drone and then the EMP. It's like a free round every time you use that EMP, and you know, you and your team, you guys just play off. The third tip that I could give you guys is playing on your favorite or best map. This is more so if you're solo. Figure out which maps you play best on. You know, you could do that by playing in the regular arenas, and the maps that you have, you know, a good routine, a good strategy on, play on those maps when it comes to rank, and avoid the map that you dislike playing on. Another tip that I could give you guys is if you lose a game or a round, you know, learn from it. You know, take what the enemies did to you and, you know, try to understand how you could counter it, or if it's just something you've never seen before, maybe add it to your game. You know, that helps out a lot. And then the last thing that I want to say when it comes to ranking up, and this is one of the biggest things that helped me when it comes to this season compared to other seasons, was understanding honestly when to stop playing or take a break or something. Because if you have people on your friend list that you play with, and let's say if they're not on, don't try to solo queue. If you do, because what ends up happening is you'll start losing games, and because you're losing games, like I said, you have a time period or a small window to gain a lot of points, so you need to make every game count. And because you're playing solo and you're playing with people that you don't know, what ends up happening is you're going to lose those games, and you're going to miss the opportunity of that window to gain a lot of points for a win. Avoid, you know, times when you're not feeling good on playing, and just wait for your friends to get on or something like that, or wait to squad up. If you are solo, I want to say play your life. You know, it's hard to depend on randoms, but if you can help your randoms out a lot with the legend that you play, with, you know, the abilities and how you can complement your teammate, and you just want to stay alive, because that's going to give you the best chance to help your teammate. You know, do not get down, do not get knocked, try your best to stay up, and that will help out your team out a lot. So these tips were big that helped me throughout this journey when it comes to ranking up in ranked arenas season 12. So let me know what you guys think of this video. If you could, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.